As your crops approach harvest time, it's important to adjust your watering cycles in order to maximize your harvest quality. As your greens grow out, it becomes more difficult for moisture to evaporate out of the channels, and so in the days leading up to harvest, we recommend that you significantly reduce your watering times as well as increase the usage of fans. On your actual harvesting day, we recommend cutting the watering off completely at least 4 to 5 hours ahead of your harvest cuts. Dry greens are especially important for maximizing your shelf life. The greens in the rack today are about 10 days old, and their last watering cycle was about 6 hours ago, and so they're ready to be harvested. I'm going to go ahead and pull out a few and get them hanging for harvest. So we've got a few mats here hanging, ready to be harvested. And before we go ahead and make our harvest cuts, I'm going to give them a couple more minutes to drip out and drain here while they're hung. Um, just like as we talked about before, it's especially important to avoid as much moisture in your harvest tub as possible. The goal is dry greens, and so giving them a few more minutes to drip out before we start will help that process along. So a few minutes have passed and the greens are drained out. So we're going to go ahead and get our harvest tub in position and grab our harvest tool for today. I'm going to be using a battery operated rechargeable hedge trimmer. They're lightweight, fast cuts. If you prefer to use another tool, you're more than welcome to. In the past, we've used scissors, chef's knives, and straight razors. But we feel like this is the most efficient, fastest way to get the job done. So let's get to it. So now that we're done with the harvest, we're going to go ahead and take our harvest container and cover it up before we throw it in the cooler. And we found that it's really nice to be able to give your greens at least 6 hours of time in the cooler without a solid lid, because we find that during that time, as the greens cool, they transpire moisture, and if you have a solid lid on top, that moisture collects on the underside of the lid and it keeps your greens wet. Basically, it doesn't give them a chance to dry out. So what we like to do is use towels or linens, anything that's washable really, and leave them covered in this state for a few hours before going into packaging the next day.